Welcome to another Delco Nerd Network Hot Take. If you haven't seen a hot take before, a hot take is where we get in a basement, give our thoughts, give our opinions on a TV show, a video game, or a movie. Today, it's going to be a movie, and that movie is El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. A lot of movies. Of course, to discuss. Chris Trio, as always.
What's going on, Gooch? How are you?
Good. So, before we jump into actually reviewing El Camino,
Sure.
I figured we'd talk about Breaking Bad.
Reminisce a bit.
Well, not even reminisce, but I don't think we've ever talked about Breaking Bad
It's never,
on
yeah,
the podcast.
I
Because
agree.
it's kind of been like, it was a done thing before we started this.
For sure.
But when did you first watch Breaking Bad? Just to kind of like
I don't know
give
an
a recap.
exact time. Probably at least 3 or 4 years ago. After it was done. So
Yeah.
the show
As
was
did I.
done. I binged it. I love the show a lot. I think it kind of dived in the middle for me a bit, but it comes back around strong, and I really fucking love all the characters in it. And I was watching actually some of the last season before I watched this, and it really reminded me of how good a lot of these characters are and how much I really enjoyed the show. But what about you?
Yeah, so pretty much the same. So I got, when I first got Netflix for Daredevil, the first show I watched on Netflix was Breaking Bad. And I was kind of, eerie going into it, because I don't know, the premise of, the whole, drug trafficking thing wasn't necessarily,
It wasn't catching you. You were this is
not
cool.
necessarily
It's good.
interested in that, but I gave it a shot, and I was like, fuck, this is
good.
really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
It's a really good show, and I think I killed the show in summer of 2014 or something.
Mine was probably around then too, somewhere. But
Yeah.
This show really did kind of break the mold, didn't it? Isn't this one of those kind of started with the kind of,
especially for AMC, that and The Walking Dead, and Breaking Bad started before The Walking Dead, but in the last 2 seasons for Breaking Bad, I know Breaking Bad was really popular.
Yeah. It kind of set the tone for the type
too.
of TV we even get today in a lot of ways. At least that's what I always hear people talking about.
And then there's the spin-off show Better Call Saul, which I fucking love.
I was going to say, you watched that, correct?
Yeah, it's not done yet. We should be getting another season soon.
How many seasons does it have?
I think we're about to get our 5th or our 4th.
Okay.
But
you talk about
the
how good
show
it is
just kind of, it's funny because they don't just do them every year.
Yeah.
It seems like they do a season and then they come out with it whenever they want to. And I'm sure, obviously, Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould were doing this, so they couldn't do Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
But
it makes sense.
I assume that season is probably on its way within the year, because it's been a year and a half since we've seen a new season. But
El Camino? What'd you think? Just base thoughts. Did you enjoy it? Did you...
I enjoyed it. I didn't expect the way the movie happened. What happened in the movie I did not expect to happen.
Okay.
It's very epilogue-y.
For sure.
It's very fan servicey.
Yeah.
There are, it doesn't try to introduce a new plot.
It's tying off...
You can't watch this without watching Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
There are literally no...
They do a quick
characters.
recap for you at the beginning. But yeah, I would not suggest... No. This is an epilogue. It really is. Yeah. It's a 2-hour... It's another 2-hour episode. And I don't mean that as a demeaning thing.
No, I'd say the same thing.
It feels like just the end cap that maybe he wanted to do but didn't have the time to do, that being Vince Gilligan. And I agree. Very epilogue-y.
Yeah. It's okay. It's not like a masterpiece by any means. And I think it does less of what I thought it was going to do. But it's still good.
Yeah.
If you think of it as very much the last 2 hours of Breaking Bad rather than, this is a Breaking Bad
solo
movie,
story.
We're going to expand upon it. It doesn't do any of that.
It really just shuts the book more.
For Jesse Pinkman.
For sure, yeah. And totally.
No one else.
Yeah.
This movie is made to close Jesse Pinkman's book, I want to say not literally, but
what his yeah.
We're not, he drove away. We don't
even know what happened to him.
But now we do.
And I did enjoy that. And looking back through the seasons and his kind of arcs, I do think he did deserve this kind of closeout. And I think it was very satisfying, at least for me.
That was one criticism I think a lot of people whether you really wanted to see more of this
Yeah.
or you just kind of had an opinion about it. I think everyone was like, yeah, Jesse kind of gets like...
He just gets away.
He just gets away, and like
We
it's
don't
not
really
really
know.
satisfying.
Yeah.
But mind you, Breaking Bad is about Walter White.
For
It's
sure.
not really about Jesse Pinkman. And El Camino, again, is more literally just about Jesse.
Yeah.
It's not about anyone else in the show.
I gotta give it to Aaron Paul. I thought he was fantastic in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's some tense scenes, and I mean, he's dealing with the trauma of being basically a prisoner for how long do they have him for?
He's in there for at least max a year, minimum 6 months.
Okay.
Because
All right.
that whole, like, I even forgot about that. I was like, how long was he in there?
Yeah.
Like, it was definitely like a year-ish because Walt goes away for like a year or
Yeah,
something
he
like
really
that.
did get the shit end of the stick on that one so bad.
What?
With
Jesse?
Jesse, yeah.
Oh,
It's just getting
Walt
fucking...
fucks him over too.
For sure, 100%. And it is funny, I totally forgot how shitty of a person Walter White really is.
At
like
the end of the series?
Yeah, like he really is a big old piece of shit who is just looking to get away with it at this point. But yeah, I thought Aaron Paul did a good job. I liked the interactions with his friends. I thought that whole scene was really well done.
Skinny Pete and
Yeah,
Badger.
I really just kind of like that send off for those characters, and it's funny you don't even see the part that's in the trailer,
right
with
you
him
don't.
going.
I was gonna mention
Yeah,
that.
which was interesting, and I actually think it kind of makes sense because that was just kind of their almost teaser. Maybe it was in there at one point and they took it out, but
Yeah.
no, I mean really good stuff. It's not mind blowing
No.
by any means.
No.
I think it's a kind of a satisfying. I do wish that there was maybe a little bit more on like what happened. I guess, but it's Jesse's story. I was gonna say with like what happened in the
Skylar
aftermath
and Marie.
the aftermath
like two
of
characters that aren't in this that are like
very
pretty
essential.
now that Hank's dead and Walter
Walt's
White's
dead,
dead.
yeah.
Like what happens to Skylar Marie, Walt Jr. What was the daughter's name?
I can't remember.
I want to say
Sarah?
Holly.
Holly.
I wanted to say Hunter.
Hunter.
Holly
Yeah.
Hunter. Yeah, like
it isn't about Walt anymore, and I
Yeah.
guess that kind of takes out those people, and I guess there's no real reason for him to go see them, but like
no,
seeing
because they like him and Skylar had few interactions. I think him and Marie have way meet once,
Maybe.
in the whole show.
Yeah, I'm trying
no,
to
they
remember.
they do. They interact at one part, yeah, because it's like 3 seasons in.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember they made like it was like a big deal because like they would have no reason to
to
really
be in a
interact.
room together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, but yeah, there were some scenes where I was kind of like, this is cool, but why are we seeing this? Like the part with spoilers for all of this, but there's a part with Walt and it's a flashback obviously, and they're kind of in a diner and they're
Towards the
talking,
end,
yeah, and he's like, well, you can go to college, and I didn't really. There were some scenes where these flashbacks that were very poignant.
I want to explain that to you
Sure.
because I think I know exactly what it's after the first. That's probably season 1.
Okay.
After they've been cooking for a little bit, but that's the biggest batch they've done. Walter White is still very much Walter White.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not Heisenberg. You
Yeah.
can tell by the way he's talking. He's talking to Jesse about college.
Yeah.
And he's trying to make like almost small talk with him, and he forgets he graduates, and like you can tell it's literally what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to be like nice. He
And-
doesn't really know what to say.
Yeah,
But
no,
he,
it's
like,
true.
you
And
can
he's like,
tell
I'm
he-
just making conversation.
You can tell he kind of like is just still like a normal chemistry teacher, and I think that's supposed to bring you back to when
they
weren't
started.
just
Yeah, they weren't
starting
just
out.
yeah.
Jesse was kind of just still this fuck up kid, this like yeah bitch,
Yeah.
like that
Yeah, it's
that's Jesse Pinkman
Yeah,
because
bitch.
one thing I think in El Camino you really see like Jesse's change when Skinny Pete hands him the joint and he doesn't take it.
He's
He
like,
doesn't
no.
even say it. I'm like, this is a different character.
Yeah, no, and I mean, he's just so beaten down, and he's just trying to get away at this point. And it's interesting to me, like that I guess he would have been a party and went to jail if he did turn himself in for some reason, even before he was just kidnapped and forced to cook meth. But it's an interesting plot of him just trying to get away, and I mean, I don't know. I did like the satisfaction of there was kind of a light at the end of the tunnel for him, but
Right, and you almost maybe didn't expect it.
no, yeah,
I
kinda,
almost expected him to turn himself in.
I did too.
Or like the cops to be hunting him down, but a little more like that was more of like a plot focus, but it wasn't. It's not like they made Hank's boss, who was the guy on the news.
Yeah.
Like he didn't really like you see him on the news and that's it.
Yeah.
Apparently there is the DA who's standing next to him is from Better Call Saul. Apparently.
Interesting.
She's in Better Call Saul, like, before she becomes DA or something. I don't know that for sure. But that's, like, the only Better Call Saul reference in it. I mean, besides the vacuum cleaner guy referencing the fact that he got Saul out.
Your lawyer, he's like, I got your partner and then your lawyer.
Yeah.
That was the guy who just died, right? Or something?
Yes, he died literally on Sunday. Literally, Robert Foster's his name. I finished El Camino and I pulled out my phone and he was dead.
Wow.
I was like, wow.
Interesting.
I was like, that's...
It's funny, I had totally forgotten about that character too. Because when he walked, I'm like, what is he doing in the vacuum store? What's going on? And I just didn't remember.
I remembered I didn't remember what he looked like, but I remembered, he's
the fixer.
Saul ordered the Hoover Max thing.
Yeah.
And that was like the code for that. But yeah, him and Walt have some interactions, but him and Jesse never met.
Never met, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the one scene when he's tearing up the house and the two cops.
That whole scene is so Vince Gilligan. The top down of him speeding through the house and he's in all the different rooms, and even the part where he finds him and he has the gun pointed straight in his face and like the perspective. One thing this film really does keep is the Breaking Bad style of Vince
how
Gilligan
it's shot,
and
how
he shoots and his cinematography. It's all there.
And it's funny, like even I was watching it and I don't usually pay attention to how things are shot and like how things are set up, but it was interesting. I was like, I did enjoy the way this was presented, and it reminded me that Breaking Bad is fucking awesome.
It's a very uniquely shot thing.
Even the way that when they have the guns at each other, the way the camera angle, it's good. It's interesting. It's different, and I like it a lot. I'm trying to think what else. I did like the look of the El Camino. I mean, that was surprisingly unimportant. I feel like for for like the movie being named. I guess it was just the idea if he got away in the El Camino, but yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that like kind of stood out to me. Like, yeah, I did enjoy my time with it, but now that I'm thinking back to it, I can't think of a ton that went on. Like, I know there's
much really happens.
It really does. And it's a 2-hour movie.
It's not like it really tries to like pack. It doesn't pack anything new.
No,
that's
it doesn't.
The thing.
It fills in some spots that you don't really even need to know. Like, even the flashbacks we get are just to tell us why.
With Mike and Jesse.
Ugly Matt Damon.
Like, that was just before he had killed Walt.
Yeah.
But I like how they do give a scene with Mike and Jesse, because they did have like a pretty big arc together.
No, I did. I like that whole scene of setting up like, okay, this is his goal for the end of this.
I love some of the transitions between the flashbacks, like the one with Walter White when he's in the apartment building, and like I didn't even realize.
Yeah, you don't know. It's true.
And he walks out, and Walter White just like he knocks on the door, and I'm like, "What's going on?" And Walter White.
I thought it was going to be him. Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man."
No, it was
really
good.
Cool. One thing I don't like, and this is just this. There's nothing. This is a critique, but it's just. It takes you out of it a little bit, but it makes you realize time has passed. Everyone's gained weight.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Todd, even Aaron Paul, they all look very different.
See, I think
Skinny Pete and Badger still look pretty much the same.
I didn't think Aaron Paul looked that different to me.
He's definitely
thicker.
Yeah, definitely thicker.
The one that stood out to me was Todd.
Yeah. And I like how in the beginning when he's in the cage and he's like talking to him and he gives him the cigarette, it's like they even try to like mask him out.
For sure.
Like they're trying to hide it, and they ease you into it.
Dude, that whole scene of when he's showing him the body and Todd, like the way he acts.
Oh my god.
Is just so weird and disconnected, and like he's like, yeah, she was a nice lady, don't make me feel bad about it. Like,
dude, the worst part of it is when he like he takes the belt off her neck and puts it back on.
I was kind of I'm like, what the fuck is going? It was like darkly comedic in weird ways.
And then when they like push the body off the thing, I was just like savagely.
So weird, and then
Todd, I mean, like, it kind of makes you just remember, Todd is fucking weird.
Yeah, like
Todd is always,
he's an off dude.
He's an off, like he's not like a mean dude.
No, like even the way he's treating him even like in the flashback when he's like, oh, he's gonna break his legs if you keep making him run like this or something, like how he's gonna cook. God, man, like they really, I forgot how fucking weird and vicious that they were neo-Nazis, right, or something. Yeah. Fucking shit, man. Yeah, he really got the worst part of that. I mean, I guess at least Walt came back and saved him. Right. But I guess he almost did that to just get himself killed, really, more than anything.
Nah, I think he wanted to
no, I think he definitely...
He definitely wanted to save him.
Yeah. It's... God, it is flooding me back with memories of Breaking Bad. Where I was like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, that's awesome.
I think one of the parts that got me into Breaking Bad, which I would have loved to have seen something with Walt Jr. at least, but when he calls him on the phone, like at school, and he's like, "I wish you would die."
Yeah.
Oh my god,
like
that made me cry so hard.
Yeah.
I think like that part in Breaking Bad was like just. Like,
it was heartbreaking.
That broke me.
No, it was.
Like,
it really was.
Really
like he literally lost the whole point of what he was trying to go
for,
but even he
gets
lost
into
himself
the
in
gray matter, the two from Gray Matter, and he's like,
I'm gonna hire
out of
a trust fund for the next however many years.
Yeah,
or something.
like because you feel guilty that like, and then like you're gonna fucking do it, and like Badger and the skinny.
Yeah, with the lasers. Yeah. No, that was really good. Oh my god.
Yeah, El Camino. It's not a lot. Like, there's not a lot to
dissect
unless we like go over the whole
thing
movie. But like
pace by pace,
it's good. It's not. It's a little less than what I expected. It's not. Yeah. It's not. You know, Jesse doesn't go out in like an
spectacular fashion.
The movie's pretty much about him getting the money
to go with the guy that he was going to.
Yeah, and escape to Alaska, like Mike tells him in the flashback, and that's what the movie's about, and he does. Mm-hmm. So he does what essentially Walt does.
But yeah, Walt. God.
Yeah, he couldn't say.
Well,
if you think about it, it makes sense why Walt couldn't go through with it, but Jesse really can. Besides, like, Brock.
Wasn't he still getting, like, his chemo treatments, too, somehow, while he was on the run? Or was he already cleared by
he was in remission at that point, I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Yeah, because he grew hair.
That's right. Yeah. Correct. That makes total sense.
Yeah, I don't know exactly when, but I don't think his chemo was done at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even when they bring up Brock, I don't think they tell you he's in Mexico City, but like when they kill his mom, I guess it makes sense. Like if his mom's parents were in Mexico or something.
Yeah, man, it's a great end cap for Jesse Pinkman's character, in my opinion. But you're not getting a whole new story thread of Breaking Bad to fill. It is another 2-hour episode, and that's fine. I think it works for what it's trying to do.
Yeah, like
that seems like just something that Vince Gilligan wanted to do. How do you say that? Gilligan. It seems like he just wanted to do this because that character did, I think, deserve this kind of end cap. Not even necessarily what he got, but just letting us know what happened to him. Because I mean, he did really get it bad, and I think Breaking Bad is almost just as much about Jesse as Walter in a lot of ways.
Right, but it starts out being about
exactly.
Walter White, not
correct.
About Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, even the stuff was like his parents. It's pretty interesting how he like calls them, but he just pretty much
gets them out
to steal the guns, which is like kind of interesting. It's like, huh.
It's funny. I thought he was just gonna take money from them. That's what I assumed. But
I thought he was gonna ask them for money, and I think that's what they want you to think.
Sure.
But he just like does this like 180 and just sneaks back into the house that that was the house he used to live in, right?
Yeah. Okay. That was
There's one more thing. Oh yeah, so like, this isn't more Breaking Bad in the sense where like you're getting brand new information,
story beats and storylines.
Like if you're looking for that, like that's kind of what Better Call Saul's for, where like they're totally going into Saul. I want to say Jimmy before Saul, who Jimmy McGill is.
Is he still Jimmy McGill in this season? So he is.
Last season he like goes to like take the bar. He passes the bar. I forget what happens. He gets rejected. Something he gets rejected in.
Yeah.
And he gets mad about it, and then he kind of accepts it, and like Kim Wexler is like his girlfriend / business partner. Like they're friends, but they fuck, but like they like each other, but they don't. It's weird. Yeah, I love the relationship. It's very interesting. But he passes her, and she's like, "What are you doing? Like, you need to do this." And he says something, and he calls himself Saul Goodman for the first time, or he says like he
Saul
signed
Goodman.
something Saul Goodman, and then he says Saul Goodman. So like that's the first time like he really like adopted that persona. Yeah. So I assume it might be another season or two, but
until he really starts the actual law practice.
I love.
Has Huel in them popped up at all?
No. Yes, actually, Huel is. They use Huel in a case.
Huh.
Yeah, But it's interesting. He was a character I expected to see something from.
Somehow, yeah.
Because, like, it was the meme of he's still in the fucking safe house because nobody ever... Hank never told him to leave. Like, yeah. Honestly, like, if he was on a newscast or something, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, like,
he
they
was
were like...
one character I feel like should have been in it. Like, Huel being so minimal of a character he is, and it just could have been used in a cool way. The fan base just jokes about it. Him just being in one scene.
Maybe that's why they avoided it, but I don't know. Yeah, I agree though. I think that would have been funny. But is there anything else, Gooch? Do you think?
No, that's pretty much it. But hey, if you're not a Breaking Bad fan, it's really not a movie.
No, yeah, you can't.
If you haven't watched Breaking Bad, there's no point.
You have no context at all.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, they
if
do
you
the
watch
run-up,
this,
but
you haven't watched Breaking Bad, you have no context to this.
Yeah.
You know, you just
it's
can't.
just going to be tough. It's going to be almost impossible.
But it's good. You know, we don't really get a lot of things like this. This is a pretty unique piece of media.
I agree.
We don't, like, especially within film and TV, like, we don't get a lot of,
like a movie,
stuff like this. So
especially
it's cool.
coming out. When did the series end?
2013 or 12.
So like almost 6 years later.
2013, I think.
Interesting stuff. It really is. All good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, that does it for us here today. Thank you all so much for watching us live on twitch.tv/Delco Nerd Network. We very much appreciate it. You can find us on YouTube as well as most podcast services. Just search Delco Nerd Network. If you could drop us a review, it always helps. We are on our socials as well, at Delco Nerds on everything. All this info can be found on our website, www.delconerdnetwork.com. For Gooch, I've been Trio. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay nerdy, and we will see you next time.